Hi everyone, welcome back to Faraday Academy. I'm continuing my live stream series where I'm building a JavaScript application today with part 7. So I'm going to show you, it's on my screen. I'm going to show you what I've been working on. So here is the GitHub repo. It's at gwenf/curriculum-app. And I have a front end in Vue.js. And last session, which was a few days ago, I started on the backend, which is an Express app, and I just added Mongoose at the very end of the video. So I'm connecting that to Mongo. And another thing I added since last time was the API. So just a little bit of documentation on how the API is going to look for right now. And also here's the schema that I'm going to be building out today. So first, so last time I did this, is basically the default boilerplate code for Mongo. I think this was the only thing that I changed. So I do already have Mongo running. I'm on a Mac, so I'm using Homebrew. So brew services list, and it's hard to see because it's so zoomed out, or zoomed in. Is it? Yeah, MongoDB community. So it's this. So Mongo's already running. Clear that. And so I'm just going to change these to be the schema real quick and save the first item. So it's going to be curricula, and then I need all of these different items on the schema. So let me just start with making the model first. So I'm going to do curricula. Wait, did I spell? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's fine. I think this should be singular, actually. All right. Awesome. So now I have curriculum kitty. All right, new curriculum, and then I'm just saving. I guess I'll add just So I forgot I was using Mongo here. It automatically adds the ID, the object ID, so I'm not going to add that here. So I'm just going to add a name, which it already has one. So I'll just call this JavaScript or something. Kitty, I'll just give this a lowercase because this is just temporary. I'm just doing this to save it in the database. So I'll save it here into the Mongo database. And then I'm just going to log out curriculum saved. So now I need to import this into my Node application. So I'll just go ahead and import it into app.js for right now. Actually, no. This is just for some configuration. So I'm going to import it into this in server. I have the API. I'm going to import const. Actually, for right now, I'm going to just require it because I'm not doing anything else. So require, and then it's up one directory. Oops. So I'm going to do DB. Yeah, and that should work. And now if I run the server, it should, so first of all, I need to go into the backend. So, all right. So now if I just run the server, yeah, it says curriculum saved. And I can actually check in the Mongo shell. And, oh, this is too small, sorry. Let me zoom in here. Okay. One second. All right, so DBs. Oh, right. So I have to do show DBs. And I do have one called curriculum app, which is good. Okay, so I will show, no, I'll use that DB. So use the curriculum app DB. So now let me, okay, so now it shows my current DB database that I'm looking at is curriculum app. So now I can show collections inside of that. So I can't remember why I have the cats. Maybe I accidentally saved it. So I have the curriculum, and I can do db.curriculums. Yeah, .curriculums dot find. Yeah, awesome. So, okay, so basically it worked. Great. So now, what is it? Exit, quit. Never mind. Okay. Okay, so that's great. Let me stop the server. Oops. And it's just requiring it in here. So let me build out this model. So I'm just going to create a new file called curriculum.js. And then I need to import Mongoose. So I'll just grab this. And then I need this also. So I need this. Okay. And I don't think this is the same syntax I'm going to use. But I will go ahead and export it. So module.exports equals curriculum. And I think there's a constructor, something like new mongoose.schema. So let me go ahead and look up the Mongoose schema docs. Okay, so yeah, new schema, and then I just pass it the object of my schema. So I'm going to do that. So new schema, and then pass it the object. So stop model. So I don't need that. I do need, so now I can just define all of my whole schema. So here I have goal, description, sections, and then this timestamp, but I'm going to use a library to handle the timestamps for me. So for right now, I'll do goal and description and description and then yeah, sections. I'll go ahead and put sections in here. All right, and now these need, I believe they need a type, so let me just see if it has to, no, that should work, but let me make sure. Yeah, so name, so this is just a basic just type definition, but since I want to denote some of these as like required is true, so I want to have this object here instead of just doing like name string, because then I can't set any more options. So okay, so goal will be the same thing, goal, and actually this is a string too, so, and then sections, I wonder if there is an array type. I'm not actually sure. Let me see. So enums, okay. Mongoose array types. All right, so we have arrays. Okay, so I could define an array like this, but I think if I have a nested object inside, because that's actually what I want. Oops, go back. Yeah, I want an object inside of sections. Okay, well, I'm just gonna try it and see if it works. So let's go back. No, actually that won't work. Let me think. Well, let me just get this working first and then I'll worry about that. Alright, so I have Mongoose, and I'm going to go ahead and do one more thing, which is add this Mongoose library, because it's really easy to set up. So Mongoose timestamp, because it adds a timestamp every time you create a new document in Mongoose or in Mongo, then this Mongoose plugin will add the created at and updated at timestamp, and then every time you update it, it changes the updated timestamp. Okay, so I just have to require it and then define it as a plugin. All right, and then user schema. I think I need both of these actually. Okay, that's just duplicated. So at the end here, I need to define this. And actually for this schema, I think new I think it's going to be mongoose.schema. So, okay. And then curriculum. All right, so let me just get rid of these and const, let's see, curriculum equals require dot slash curriculum. Okay. So let me see if this runs without error right now. Nope, definitely not. Oh yeah, I need to install Mongoose timestamp. So npm install Mongoose timestamp. All right, now let me see if it runs. Oops. Okay, so it does run fine, which means everything is importing and working okay. It's curriculum. So let me try saving this again. Yeah. Name equals, let me call it Python this time. Oops. Oh, right. I think, so let me find. Oh. Dot schema mongoose dot model and let's see. Okay, so I'm up to here already. Notification.save. Okay, so here's an example. I already have the model. And yeah, this is the exact same thing that I had. So I think if I I wonder if I can call something like curriculum.insert or dot save. Let me see. 1 second. So all right, let me get rid of this and see. All right, so I have new curriculum. And okay, I don't need that anymore. Let me see, maybe I can find a Mongoose example. Sorry. All right. Here we go. I think I'm in the wrong place, actually. Yeah. So let me go to all right, so this is exactly what I already have in my curriculum file. Mongoose.schema. And I already have it as a model. Yeah, okay. And then it says that I should be able to go here. Yeah. So this was the same thing that I had before, basically. So it's just saving one into the database. So curriculum. So I wonder why it's saying, let me try running this again. Oh, I didn't save it. So curriculum is not a constructor. Kitten. Oh, I see, I see. So I have to do it here. So it would be, so I guess to avoid confusion, I'll call this curriculum schema. And then just for right now, I'll save this as curriculum. Okay, so now new curriculum should work. And then I just create a new curriculum and then I save it. So let me see. Yeah, that worked. So curriculum saved. Okay. So I'll basically be... Oh, right. So in my API, I'm going to be saying new curriculum and pass it an object, and then I'll save it. Okay, that works. So I'm going to just comment this out. And then, yeah, get rid of that. All right, I do want to find out the syntax for saving arrays in Mongo. So let me see where I'm at. I'm at almost 30 minutes. All right. So, yeah. Schema, so array of objects. What year is this from? 13. Let's see if I get anything useful here. This doesn't look quite right. How to save an array of objects. I'm thinking it'll be all right. Okay, so it seems like it's this syntax. But if I want to define .types.mixed, that's not exactly what I want. So I think actually if let me try this. If I do what was I calling it? Yeah, if I do sections here. So if I do sections, and then I wonder if I can do that maybe. And then I can say, no, then I would have to define properties on this nested object. Yeah. Because I could do this, but then I could be saving any type of object. And I want to define the properties like name, resources, projects. So yeah. Okay, so that's exactly what I'm doing, yeah. Okay. So name, resources, which is another array, and then projects. All right. So here, for right now, these are just arrays of strings. So that's going to be easy. And then name is type string and required is true. Oops. All right. Okay, I think this is pretty much done, except that it would be nice to have an outer object here, but I don't want to set any more options for right now on sections. Like I don't want to make this required yet. Just if someone adds a section, I definitely want the name to be required. So I think that works for right now. And yeah, so everything is building fine. That's great. So now I'm ready to basically import this into my API and do this same thing to start saving. I always get my terms confused with SQL because I work in Postgres a lot more than Mongo. But yeah, I'll start saving documents. Okay. So thanks, dog lover. Thanks for that. Okay, so I was working on this. Yeah. So router. So this get, I'm not going to do get yet. Okay, so let me start off. So in curricula, I want to start just with this endpoint. I want to be able to save new documents, and then I'll work on the get all documents. So I need to first import Mongoose. So const mongoose equals require mongoose. And then I need to import this model. So export, no. So let me do module.exports equals, maybe I'll do an object. Yeah, because then I can just pull curriculum off of that. And so now in here, oh wait, what was that name? That's right. I wrote down the name of a package I want to install first. So this is kind of an aside from what I was doing, but there's a package called module alias. Let me look on npm. And basically what it does, instead of doing these long relative paths, I can just use the @ symbol. So it's the same as what frameworks like Vue.js use. So in Vue.js references the source directory. So I can do something similar, make custom paths. So I don't have to do this basically, and I can reference them from anywhere. It makes it a lot easier. So let me install this package. Control C. Yeah, my website is just my name, so it's gwenfaraday.com. If you look up my name, you'll find pretty much everything, because it's not a very common name. Yeah, so Mongo, so it depends on the data. So when I map out the schema, I I think sometimes it just makes more sense to use Mongo. And there's also other reasons why people use NoSQL. It's for large amounts of data, it's less expensive. It's, I guess it's supposed to be faster and cheaper. But the hosting options that most people currently use for Mongo, I think, are a little bit more expensive. But as far as if you are self-hosting, NoSQL versus SQL, I think NoSQL is a lot cheaper. But basically, I just map out the data. Sometimes, like in one app that I worked on at a company recently, like there were so many table joins and things, and it was just getting so complicated in Postgres. And when I tried to map it out using a document database, it just simplified it so much. And there were just some basic collections, and it made it so much easier. So we switched from Postgres to Mongo for that project. So yeah, so I think it depends on the project, what hosting options you're looking at, and different factors like that. Okay, so I saved module alias, and now I need to require this. Yeah, so I have to do this module alias, or require module alias.register, and yeah, I'll put it here. Okay, because I'm going to do some env setup eventually in this file. Okay, so I have module alias.register, and now in my package.json I can define module aliases like this. So in my package.json for my backend, I'm gonna do that. And now let me see what, so I want, for right now I'll just do DB. Yeah, so let me put at DB, and then what? Oh, I'm hitting the wrong keys. I'm on my laptop keyboard again today because I don't have enough USB ports for everything I have plugged in right now. All right, so let's just call it, oh, yeah, so this will just reference, eventually I'll have a models folder, I don't know, probably not migrations in this project, but I'll have like models and stuff like that, so I'll reference the subfolders, but for right now I'll just reference the DB directory. And I don't think I need server. Oh yeah, I didn't set up logging or anything, so that's fine. Okay, so whenever in my application I put at DB, I don't need all the full relative path because it's automatically going to resolve to this directory. So now if I come in here, where is it? Oh, my API. So here, now I can do const. Okay, I'm going to pull curriculum off of DB. Oops, at DB. And so this is now referencing this directory, and since I don't specify a file, it automatically looks for the index.js, and I can access anything exported from there, which is this object. So now I can access this object with curriculum on it, which is my schema or my model. And oh yeah, so I'm just pulling it off that object that I'm requiring. Okay. So I don't want to send that anymore. So let me so I have curriculum. All right, let me grab these as a reference. Or let me just take these out because I'm not going to use them in this file anymore. So, yeah. Thank you. So, yeah, it took me about a year to write that book. And it's basically just my experience from running the coding group for 4.5 years to teach people how to code. And it's kind of a chapter about each step in the process, like how to start learning, how to network, how to interview and land a job, and just different recommendations that I make along the way. I would love to hear your feedback when you read it. That's my first book I've published, and it was a lot of work, and I also had a lot of fun doing it. Okay, so got a post request. Right, so I need to, so first of all, I need to pull request.body. That's request.param. So let's see. So name should be request.body.name. So I think I'm just going to do const name goal description and sections off of request.body, and then here I can just do name goal description and sections. So yeah, Vue is my favorite JavaScript framework, so of course I'm going to say that it's worth learning. But if you're spending your time learning it, then I guess if it's worth your time, or it depends on what your goal is. So if your goal is to get a job in JavaScript, then sometimes it's better to learn React, because React has a bigger job market in most areas of the United States. In Asia, it's different. Of course, in China, Vue is bigger than React. But Vue is growing. I think it's still the fastest growing framework of all time. A lot of companies and different places are using it. If you live in a big city, then you should have no trouble finding a Vue job. If you live in a mid-size or smaller city, then it could be better to learn React. If it's a .NET heavy city, then you could learn Angular, or it depends. But yeah, I think Vue is the most human-focused, nicest framework to develop in, and I just really enjoy it. I think it's also great for new people, coming into JavaScript, because it has that very jQuery-esque feel. Everything is named very well, organized very well, and it's rather intuitive to use. Okay, so now I have the new curriculum. So now I'm gonna save it. All right. And so here, actually, instead of promises, or instead of chaining a .then, I think I can just do await, and then send what is it, a 201, and then success. Okay, so I create the new curriculum, and then this is asynchronous, so I wait for it to save correctly, and then I send a success message back. Okay, so this seems like it's gonna work. Let me open my REST client. So what is it? HTTP localhost 5000 is where the backend's running, and then of course I have API v1 and then /curricula. So let me see if this is right. Oh yeah, I'm not running the server. That would help. Okay. Oh, right. So I can only use await in an asynchronous function, so I wonder if I can just do this. Yeah, my server's running fine, and I tried the GET request. Yeah, so I think the CDN version of Vue is like 18 or 19 kilobytes gzipped, so it's extremely tiny and lightweight. All right. So let me try a post request. Oh, what part of India do you live in? I've actually always wanted to go there, but I tried to work out going to a conference there last year and it didn't work out, so I'm hoping to be able to visit soon. So let's just give it some dummy object. So name SQL, and then Chennai. Okay. Description. India is so massive that I think even if I went for a whole month, I still couldn't see all the major cities. Well, I guess in the US it's the same way. I've had a lifetime to go to a bunch of different cities here. Description. Just put some kind of curriculum. All right, and then goal is, yeah. Let me try it without sections here. So I'm posting, and let me just, let me add the header. No. What is it? Content type. That's it. And I'm telling it that I'm sending it JSON, just in case. Sometimes it does this as the default, but I feel like I've had problems with that before. So something is definitely wrong. It's taking 10 seconds to save an object. All right. Let me see what was happening here. Are you talking about just in Chennai or everywhere? So I know in American TV we always show India, you know, the poor parts of India, but I've actually heard really good things about the cities, like they're very modern and, you know, kind of like here. Where is it? Cannot destructure property name. Undefined or null. So I should have better logging set up. I might do that in the next video. So, Bangalore. I think when we outsource, I feel like it's usually to Bangalore. I know like 2 companies ago where I worked, we outsourced there. Request.body. So I think here request.body is coming back as undefined. It has to be that. There's no other explanation. Okay. So, okay. 3 seconds is enough time for that. Handled cannot destructure property name of undefined. Yeah. So why is request.body? I'm doing this wrong somehow. Oh no, it's not spam. I actually like when people post in the chat. It doesn't feel quite like I'm talking to myself so much. Let me just see if in express request.body how to access the body. Okay, so this is old. I think it's old, right? We don't use body parser anymore. Yeah, we don't use body parser anymore because it's built in. I wonder if I have to define it though. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I think that's what I'm missing here. Okay, so app.use. So I need to define this built-in express middleware. And then I think I can access request.body. So let me define that in my server index file. So I need a place for middleware. Put it here. Okay. There's a lot of other things I want to do here, like add Swagger and set up logging, some more middleware. Eventually, like after the MVP version, I'm going to add authentication, but not yet. Okay, that's good. So now, let me see. Yeah, so my server's restarting and running. And let me see. Okay, well that's better at least. Unexpected token in JSON. So I wonder, oh, that's because of what I'm sending it in. That's good. So that means that the middleware worked. Yay, I got a success back. Sweet. Okay. Okay, the middleware worked. I got a success, meaning this is saved in Mongo, whatever I sent in. So now I need to, this will probably be the last thing I do in the stream today because it's already 1 o'clock. But I'm going to set up the get. So this should get all curricula in the database. Eventually, you know, I'll just get, when I add authentication, I'll just get that user's curricula. But for right now, it's just going to get everything. So I think I need to do a find. So let me see. Yeah, are you a developer in India? Oh, Anki. So Anki is, for anyone who doesn't know, Anki is spaced repetition learning. It's kind of like flashcards, but they appear at different intervals based off of how quickly you are learning the information. And it's self-selecting, so you say when the flashcard comes up if you got the right answer, if you're doing good, and I think you can rate yourself on a scale, and then it'll pop up a certain amount of days or weeks later based off of if you learn the material, basically. So I use Anki, especially when I was learning. I used to use Anki every single day, go through hundreds of cards. I remember I had decks for SAS, JavaScript, algorithms, Python. I had a data science deck, just a deck for every single different topic that I learned. And I shared them at one point. I wonder if I can, maybe I'll find those and post them in a video or something, if I can pull those up. Yeah, that's done. Now I can't remember what I was looking for. So I have tried out Sales. I want to say it was like 2 years ago because we were looking at different JavaScript frameworks. And yeah, and it's kind of heavy. It has some good ideas. I'd have to look at it again, but we ended up not going with it for the project. Okay, that's done. And now I need to get. So yeah, I need to. So Mongoose find. So I think find should get all of the documents for whatever collection, but I just need the syntax for it. So let me just try to curriculum. It's probably not going to work, but dot find. Oops. And then I'll just send back. That should be an array. Let me just try that and see if it does work. All right. My REST client. Let me go to post. Or get, I mean. Okay. Yeah. That's not good, obviously. So so like you'll have a topic and just write APIs on a card or something like that, or some kind of concept, and then after a certain amount of days you revisit it. You know, maybe I should make a list or some kind of a GitHub repo of Anki decks, and then everyone can just contribute theirs. Because I got some decks, when I was starting out, I got some decks from someone else, and I thought they were helpful. So, let me see what I did wrong here. Obviously not right. So, I wonder, this was 7 years, 6 months ago. I wonder if I do have to do all. .all. For some reason, something about the Mongo and Mongoose documentation, I just really dislike searching through it. But I might have to. Yeah, you can find me on LinkedIn. Yeah, I think if you just type in Gwen Faraday, you'll find me on there. Mongoose find method. Okay, so I have no options, and so all I really need is this. So I wonder if I have to pass it an empty object. I'm just not sure. Let me see. Nope, that's not working either. Curriculum.find. Okay. I'm running over an hour already. I know this is something easily fixable. And this is the exact syntax that I use for Mongo in the shell. So it's just the collection name. So be db.collectionname.find, which is the same thing here. So that should be working. But it's not. So finds document, the filter. Yeah, this is the same thing I looked at before. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm doing. I guess if I did this maybe. No, name. Don't need regex. What did I call it when I saved this? It was SQL. So let me find that and see if that works. Yeah. Nope, it's still not working. Oh, wait. I wonder if I need to make this async. Yeah, then the object wouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. So let me try that. Yeah, that was dumb. Alright, so now it shows all of the objects basically in the, what did I call it? The curriculum collection. Sweet. So now I have get and post. They're both done and hooked up to the API, which is good. What else did I want to do today? Yeah. Okay, I think that's good for today. Next time I'll set up these endpoints with the ID, so you can get a single document, you can update a document, or you can delete one. So I'll set those up next time, and then I might do some other just busy work on the back end, set up Swagger or something. I do want to hook up the front end so that the form will actually save to the database and I pull in the live information from the database. So I might do that next time too. Yeah. So great. So I will accept your request on LinkedIn. No, I don't stream every day. I'm going to be streaming, I think, 3 times a week now. So this week I'm looking at Wednesday night, Friday night, and Sunday at noon. But I'll post the schedule in a comment on this channel and on my Twitter. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody. I hope this was fun to watch. If you have any suggestions for this repo or things you can do better, feel free to submit an issue on GitHub or do whatever. Have a great day. I'll see you on Wednesday night. I'll post the time. Bye.